Hey guys, it's the 8th, not the 1st. I'm late again, but less late, not halfway through the month. Been crazy with the puppy, and I've been getting some more Fidgets in, and haven't really been able to find the time to just come out here and sit in the shop and make a long video like this, so here we are. This is gonna be, I guess we're gonna do a bit of a ranking here because I've got some stuff that I want to sell. I've got some new favorites. Things have definitely shifted around. Yeah, so here we go. I'm gonna start off here with the obsidian. This is one that I'm gonna sell. It just doesn't really like do it for me anymore. Like the honeymoon phase is past. I really don't ever carry it. I don't want to EDC it. I would much rather pick up almost any of my other bar spinners, even the not tungsten ones. It's not to say that this is a bad spinner, but like it just doesn't like check any, okay, not any, it doesn't check all the boxes for me. I have like no sentimental value to it. Like I don't know anything about the company that made it. I literally, I don't even remember if it's LQ, LC, I don't even remember. Like it's just soulless to me, kind of. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but between that and it like not being the fastest spinner ever, I still just can't quite fall in love with it. So I think it's just time for it to like move on. I put a 1-drop bearing in it. It's still in perfect condition, no damage, no drops, nothing like that. Lift test, I mean, what better can you ask for? It's a good spinner, just not fit for my collection anymore. So let's see, if you're watching this here on YouTube and you would like to purchase this, your price is $220 shipped in the US. If it's international, I'd rather not right now. I usually do these videos, man, I got dog hairs flying, 1 second. I usually do these videos where I do my favorites first, I think, and then work my way down. So I'm gonna try to go a little bit opposite of that in this one, I think. There we go. I've got two of our 3 dogs are blowing out their undercoat right now. Well, beginning of April, starting to get warm here in Georgia. So I am definitely paranoid of hairs like that making their way into my favorite spinner bearings. Wow, they're everywhere. Painful, painful, painful. Okay, so from the bottom, the next thing I would sell would certainly be this tungsten bubble. It's serial number 1. I've stone washed it and gave it a, a really pretty grippy finish. It also hid a little bit of drop damage that it has right, there it is, right here. On the bubble side, on the little corner, there's like 2 little, I guess they would be imprints from hitting something rather hard, maybe like concrete or something. It wasn't for me, it came from whoever maybe owned this before. This is, I think, maybe been in multiple owners' hands. It is a great fidget. It's really cool how heavy it is. It has good haptics, good clicks, especially for being tungsten with tungsten carbide balls. Like you really do get good clicks and good haptics out of it. The only reason I don't want to sell it, or sorry, the only reason I don't want to keep it in my collection is because 1, it is a bubble, a top B bubble. So it's concave here, convex on this side, and it has the little frowny faces with the crying dude and the little, I guess they're bubbles on the back. Aesthetically, it just doesn't really do it for me. I'm not a huge fan of the shape either. I do like the flatness of the original top B more, and I aesthetically like the geometric pattern here and just the single face with the little thumb imprint or whatever. This is really good. We're gonna go ahead and leave that up here and table it. So the shape and aesthetically, I don't like as much as the top B. If they made a tungsten one of these, I would probably keep it, to be honest. The second thing about the bubble that I don't like in tungsten specifically is this side is a giant chunk of tungsten. It's just got 4 holes drilled in it for the balls and the springs. And this side is like a hollow tungsten shell because, it houses the quick plate, this one being stainless steel. You can really feel a big weight difference between the 2 halves. Even though it's a single piece, it wants to settle more, like this. Versus well, I'll get to my other ones. All my other Top Bs, it feels more balanced. Like, it doesn't feel like it has a heavy side or whatever. It just feels like it's one thing. This literally has such a heavy like weight differential between the hollow side and the solid side being tungsten that it just kind of feels at times a little awkward. So I don't know. I think I just am going to move it on for that reason. If you would like this, here watching on YouTube, let's say 325. So let's see, I did what, 225 and 325. That's 550. If you want both of them, how about 525? And that's shipped in the US. I'm not going to worry about international right now. And we're going to let these live down here at the bottom for this video. So, working my way up. Fidgets that are, I think these are going to be things that are either special to me, but I wouldn't necessarily replace if I lost them. Just because I don't really use them all that much. You know, like, they might be missed, and like, I don't know. If I were to buy them back, it would have to be at a deal, a good discount. I got it in a trade and it just like made sense. But like, this isn't something that I would go and just buy again if I lost it. That being said, this is a Gambit coin from Billet Spin. It's also used and marketed as a golf ball marker. I use it as a clicker fidget when I do pick it up. Just click it out, kind of go around and click it back in. This one is zirconium, and I made this Raindrop Makume inner coin for it. It's pretty cool, but again, I wouldn't just immediately go buy another one, like not at retail. Because I wouldn't really miss it if it was gone. I don't EDC it, I don't carry it very much. It's just, it's a sentimental piece. Rich made it. Rich is a very close friend of mine. Next thing that I probably wouldn't just replace if I lost it. This may be controversial, but this is my Sphera V1.1 Modus Works wrapped. It's got a stainless body, ceramic balls. It's got a hybrid 3-click magnet setup. And the inserts are 3D printed by Alfonso on Facebook. They have excellent magnet spacing. That's something I don't do very much of this thing. The magnet spacing is a little wider this way. That's probably why I just did that. I haven't picked it up in a while, so I've been using my my V2 wrapped with the more narrow spacing. This thing's great, and I like it, but crunchy sliders they're just not my favorite. Like, they're really noisy, right? And a lot of the times, I don't need that much auditory stimulation. My ears are extremely sensitive to sharp noises. This one's set up to be half crunchy, so one side has foam dampeners, the other side has the rubber strips, allowing the magnets to move, and then the balls are also loose. I've tried setting this up to where it doesn't have any kind of rattle or crunch at all, and I don't like it. It's not that, okay, I don't not like it. It's that it's better crunchy. It's better haptics and has a better feel. The all stainless thin body has, like, with the 3D printed inserts, I should say, the haptics just felt a little off to me, and I didn't like it very much. Set up that way. I would much rather use a V2 wrapped. This is a good little, I don't know, I'll still pick it up probably at least once a day and get my crunches in like I'm doing right now. Not actual crunches on the ground, but crunches. But I'm not going to carry it because it ends up being too much for a long session for me. And if I'm going to be carrying something with me and using it, usually is a long session. So, Sphera wrapped is a row 3 item for me. I would not just seek one again if I lost it. Like, I maybe it would have to be a deal or, again, a different material to get another wrapped or something like that. The next one that is going to fall in this category is probably this stainless steel Top B. It's got a ZZ peak plate in it, ceramic balls, some brass cups. I like it, but again, like, I don't love it. I like the titanium and the copper much more. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this up here. Been talking a lot about Top Bs and bubbles, so let's just pull them all out. I do like having this one set up with the ZZ plate. The peak ZZ plate it's okay. I have it like this because both of my Ultim blocks are in these with stainless click plates. I like to have a steel block and a plastic plate or vice versa, so I'm not hitting steel on steel like in this guy, which usually ends up being a little loud on my ears. But yeah, this one's just like, it's just okay. I wouldn't miss it. No sentimental value. Stainless steel is pretty vanilla. Titanium's a little cooler, and of course copper is just great because it's always ever changing. Has great density. You know, the sound quality and the haptics are good out of the stainless, but I don't know. I've got these two, so it's just kind of, it's just chilling. It's a cool fidget, but not, I don't know. I wouldn't run out and buy one again if I lost it. I wouldn't care. Like, I don't even know if I would miss it, to be honest. Like, yep. Next up. This one's always a little crazy for people too. My tungsten fat squid from R&L EDC. It's been stonewashed and flamed to black. It's got a full ceramic, dark matter, 9-ball ceramic bearing. I mean, it's awesome. It's a cool spinner. It's a joy to look at. I don't carry it though. It's a little awkward in how thick it is and how heavy it is. So, you know, it weighs down the fanny pack. I don't ever put it in my pocket. That would be blasphemous. Poor bearing. I love the bearing in it, but like this is one I pick up when I'm on the couch, or if I'm on the couch or sitting somewhere. You know, I've got to have my case with me. So it's like it's a home fidget, you know. It's a pretty piece. It's a show piece. I do love showing it to people and letting people experience how heavy it is, because it is still my heaviest spinner. I think it's like 189 grams, if I specifically remember. Looks like a ancient alien artifact or something. Would I buy one again though right away if I lost it, and would I miss it that much? Probably not. I might miss it like a little bit. I'd be like, dang, I lost my squid. And I would think about it sometimes. I want to spin it. But if I were to buy one again, it would have to be like on a trade where it ends up being a good deal, or it ends up being a good deal. But I would not just go hit up Sukatar, is how I'm going to say his name. I wouldn't just go hit him up on Facebook for another one, I don't think. I would hold on to my money for something else. Not that it's a bad spinner, but you know, that's where we're at. Okay. Next up would be my stainless steel torque bar. It's got a Go Fast bearing from Unquiet Hands in here. Some zirconium buttons that I made for it a long time ago. This is like one of the OG ones. It's got the scam stamp. This one was a gift to me, so I would never dare get rid of it. But if I were to buy one again, it would be in a different material. I'm still next up on the list for the custom torque bar, so I will have a all tungsten alloy one. Hopefully sometime by this year. It's a little slow going with the customs. I like it. I don't really ever carry it that much. I would rather carry a couple other spinners that are going to be up above here, but I do find myself picking this up very often out of my case, probably even more than the squid, you know. It's a great spinner. Tons of speed, good inertia, being stainless steel. The bearing in there is good. I've actually had like quite a lot of grief finding bearings that I like in this particular spinner. I don't know. A lot of bearings were just kind of like meh for it. Another one. Let's see. This is going to be my brass and titanium flux from Spin Designs by Cami. It's very, very lightweight, very fast. I never carry it, but it is a super rare bird. The body is machined by Nick over at FTO. They're made of brass. They're different than the other flux bodies that Cami made in a little bit. They have a through bore all the way through instead of a shelf for the bearing to press into. Love the design. Love who made it. It was, I didn't pay for this. Like, this was gifts from multiple friends and multiple parts, and this is a piece of history. I love it. Never carry it. I would be devastated if I lost it. But it's like I can't say I would just go and replace it, you know. Keep on with the spinner train, I suppose. Here is a stainless steel Valkyrie from Alphabot Industries with some buttons that I made for it. We've got a golden eagle bearing. Oh, that was painful. The viewer Terrence sent me. It's a really awesome bearing. They have like it's got a U groove in it. So I put it in this retention system because it holds it in much easier than trying to glue in or Loctite in one of the U-grooves. Very, very fluid spinning. It's not the tightest bearing in the world, but for this particular spinner, it works just fine. I wouldn't actually put any other bearing in this thing. I love this combo. Don't ever carry it, but every time I pick it up, I'm just like, it's nice. I would actually probably try to buy another one of these if I lost it. It wouldn't even necessarily, I mean, it is a good deal as it is, but I wouldn't like immediately jump on Facebook and be like, need another Valkyrie. I would like wait until the urge comes back or something, be like, I missed that thing. Okay, we're starting to get into some of the good stuff here. I'm looking at my collection. I don't want to pull things out. Let's go ahead and scoot over a little to the side here with these guys. Let's do something like that. I guess collection's a little smaller nowadays, so I can do a little more spacing here. Yeah, nice. So row 2, these are fidgets that I really love. I carry interchangeably in and out with things that'll be in row 1 that I would probably try to replace if I lost. Yeah. So the Axis Micro Mini from Focusworks in tungsten. I mean, this is the second one of these I bought. I gave one away to a good friend that didn't get the chance to get one, and then I missed it and saw another one for quite a while, and I got one. This one's got a interesting bearing in it. I don't even know what you would call it, where you would get it from. I think it was like experimental. It's white ceramic races and balls, and it's a 9-ball, but it has a crown stainless steel cage retainer, whatever you want to call it. And it just spins like for such a long time in this spinner. Like, it is very, very free spinning. Like, I just barely pumped that thing, right? Very, very free spinning bearing. I absolutely love this thing. Would it be my only spinner that I could keep from, or the one tri-spinner I could ever have? Probably not. Maybe at one point in time, but I rip spinners a little harder than I used to then, and I really like, well, one in particular over this one that I think is my one to rule them all. One tri-spinner that is the best in the world for me so far. That would truly, I mean, I wouldn't have given it to a good friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's irreplaceable. We'll get there. So yeah, this thing it's awesome. I would get another one right away if I lost it. I would be pretty bummed if I did not have my Axis Micro Mini. And those are some crystallized Zircuti buttons that I made for the thing. All right, chucking through the spinners still. Look at this guy. Have I showed this on video since I finished it? I'm not sure. So here is another Flux from Spin Designs by Cami. But this one's got the ball weights. And then you can see some different buttons are on it. I made these. These are tungsten buttons. Stamped DIT. These are number 65. So these are some chunky guys. This thing weighs 149 grams with how it's set up currently. It's a titanium body. And it just spins and spins and spins. I've got a quiet bearing. Well, I've got the original bearing in it from Cami. It's a FZHC, either 3 or 4. I always get them mixed up. It's the one with the crown retainer, not the ribbon retainer. These buttons are super comfortable. This thing is dead nuts balanced. Tons of inertia. I love this thing. I don't ever EDC it because of its shape for the most part. It doesn't fit in any of my leather slips like I would like it to. And I also just kind of like, I value the shit out of it. I'm like, this is actually one fidget that I'm kind of afraid to take places, and I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I love this thing, like, a lot. Kevin Wong, he gifted me the body and the titanium weights as a set. And then the tungsten balls were made by Cami kind of recently. It's just this is a very special piece. I was able to make the buttons for it, and they're very comfortable. I stone washed the tungsten pieces and my fine ceramic media for, it was at least a day. I think I might have been exactly a day, like 24 hours. Oh, it's just great. It's such a great spinner. I love it a lot. I can't even think about not having it. Continuing on with some more spin designs by Cami. This is a copper fuse, number 69, with another FZ bearing in it. This is the one with the ribbon cage. And it hid most of the imbalance that number 69 had here. It was sold with an imbalance. I mean, this is like, I mean, I love this thing so much. This has been my number one spinner for so long. All that I would change about it is that if it was a different material. Copper is the heaviest fuse available, so I'm happy with what I have, but I can't help but just dream every day. And nowadays when I pick this up and I go, I wish it was tungsten. I want a tungsten fuse. You know, that's just me harping about, well, a daydream. It's so good. It's so fast, carries so much inertia, it's so comfortable. The copper makes a great noise. I just love this thing. I was carrying it with me yesterday out playing Pokemon Go. It was one of the only fidgets I picked up the whole day I was out there. It's lightweight, so it's easy to carry. You know, there's pros and cons of weight and lightweight. I would buy more fuses, and I would buy it again in copper if I didn't have it. For sure. It is just excellent. Excellent. Another, let's see, that top category is going to be for, yeah, we're not getting there yet. Another one that I think I would probably buy again and seek again if I lost it right now. I would still say I'm in the honeymoon phase here with the Tungsten Fairyworks Mave. But I like it a lot. It's like really fast. And because of that, and being tungsten and its shape, it carries a lot of inertia and it has a good slap. I need to find the shop time to make some buttons for it that are a little bit more secure. I'm gonna make some pretty similar to this profile here. You can see like on the thickness bit that they're pretty close. And I do want to match that and try to keep these same angled lines that, I mean, they look really good on this spinner. But I need a deeper dish in the middle. Once that happens, we're gonna be giving the Amaryllis a run for its money, I think. Probably still like the Amaryllis more because it's heavier, more comfortable. But man, the Mave is really good. I like that it's a press fit spinner. And just listen to sounds. I don't know. I've been using it a lot since I've got it. I've been carrying it probably even more over, I don't need to get there yet, than the Amaryllis. So are we on to the final row here? I think we are. Cool. So let's actually scoot these in a little bit. Zirconium Top C for Metal Toys. This is a mechanical haptic coin. I've got a ZZ plate in it, a mixture of balls. I think it's got, I don't even remember anymore. It's been so long since I opened it. I know it has like one glass ball, one tungsten carbide, and maybe like one ceramic or something. And the perimeter balls, I don't remember if they're ceramic or if they're tungsten carbide. But I don't want to open it because it just sounds so dang good, and sometimes these things get a little funky when you open them. So, yeah, this is my one Top C that I have now. It is probably it's definitely my favorite one I've experienced so far. Still never tried copper or stainless in the Top C. I've been curious about the copper one now that I have the copper Top B, and I'm liking it a lot. It's making me just wonder if I should try a copper one, you know. Maybe it's really good. Maybe I can get a tune in it that I am a big fan of. But the zirconium is great. Great haptics, great sound, good smoothness. It's got nice and tight tolerances. I like it a lot. If you've never tried a Top C, give Top C a shot. It's a good one. This top row up here is, you know, like my number ones. They're the best in the category for me. I think right now I'm gonna put the titanium one down here just because I gotta have some continuity here in what I'm doing. Can't have two of the same fidget up here. And I've been using the copper one more, and I do like those subtle, I like the sounds it makes more. But if I take hearing out of the equation, I like the haptics out of this one more. So tough call, but I think the sound wins here for me because their haptics are also very, very similar. All right, let's keep on trucking here. Been talking a lot about spinners. I got a lot of spinners. The Amaryllis from Conceptual Designs with some custom tungsten buttons on it. This is the oldest thing in my collection here currently still, and it is still just, it's amazing. It is so comfortable, it spins so, I mean, it's so balanced, perfectly balanced. There is not a single freaking bit of imbalance in this thing. The bearing that's in it is a 9-ball full ceramic, and it's a very good one at that, I might add. Very good spin times. And it's very, very smooth. Like, it is not a rough one at all. I've had a couple friends, Ryan Kim, if you're watching, hey man, and a couple other people spin this one, and they're like, hey man, what bearing is this? And I tell them it's a 9-ball ceramic, and they're just like, oh, I mean, like, no way, it doesn't feel like one. It feels like a hybrid ceramic, and it nearly does. It does have a little bit more feedback, but it's just so glassy and smooth. I wish they were all like this. I would literally put this bearing in any of my spinners, and I know I would be happy about it. Like, I'm sure that contributes to why I like my Amaryllis and the Amaryllis so much, is I've just got such a freaking excellent bearing in this one. Maybe a collection update video will change one day if I've gotten a dog hair in this thing and it just doesn't do the same. It's happened 2 or 3 times where I've gotten a dog hair in it and it's cleaned up okay, and I've been very grateful. Because, I mean, I love it. This is literally, oh man, even after spinning all these spinners and talking about all this stuff, I'm excited to spin that still. I've been looking at it this whole dang time. We'll see if that happens with the edamame. So this has moved up probably to my #1 bar spinner. I carry it more than anything else. I do have the tendency to maybe use it so much that I get tired and then I won't use it anymore, which is the reason I rotued it for so long. But now with these buttons and the stone washing that I've done to it, it's got I tumbled it for 37 hours if I recall correctly in my rougher triangle ceramic media with a pre-polish. And man, it is so grippy now. The drop marks that were on it are removed. And then I've got these ultra thick crystallized zircuti buttons on it that I made, that the pattern just happens to line up perfectly. I didn't do that on purpose. That's, for me, that happens by chance. And this is the best it's ever happened. It's literally just like I cut that section out of the bar and there's a spinner in the middle now. It's literally how it looks. It's perfect lineup with the twist and everything. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of tell, but I love looking at this thing. I love spinning it. The bearing is just like really, really long spinning. Okay, just to give you an idea of how long this thing spins, I did a spin like this upstairs the other day when I was sitting on the couch, and it spun for just under 8 minutes. And I had a couple times where I had to like move a little bit, and even one time where my finger bumped it and it slowed it some. So I probably was going to be getting closer to like a 9-minute spin in ideal situation without, you know, introducing little bits of judder and movement. It just spins so dang freely. This is, again, another one of the best 9-ball full ceramic bearings I've ever had my hands on. It is so dreamy to use. I love it. I use the crap out of that thing. Next we've got Puffer Crash. You know, this is one that, like, if I lost it, I don't think I would just run out and buy it again. And I probably wouldn't even miss it that bad. I would have to find a good deal or get it again on trade, because, again, the secondary market on these is just stupid expensive. So, like, it's a wild card, I think, in my collection. Like, yeah, it's, like, the one for this category, and I do like it a lot, and it's It's a really good fidget. I love the clicks. I love that it feels kind of rough on my fingers, and I can get the imprints of the circles. Lots of tactile feedback, and it's a low energy fidget. That's another reason I like it a lot. If I don't feel like throwing my arm around or doing a bunch of flips with a slider or doing a bunch of repetitions that are a long movement, I can just do this, and it's kind of nice. So if I lost it, would I miss it? Absolutely. Would I try to buy it again right away? I would probably put up a post, yes, saying like, let me find one, but I'm not gonna pay freaking, you know, $300 or $400 for one of these things. I'm just not. I got a good deal on this one, and that's why I own it, and I like it a lot. So, you know, I've got some bias because of the value and the pricing, but still really good. So we're gonna row one it up here. Go ahead and comment below if you're watching and you know what this is. This is, of course, my #1 fidget. This is my custom ModusWorks Super Stepped Inlay V2 wrapped. Got a machine finish zirconium body, Makume inlay from Sakmar. It's a twist pattern, and with a very light etching to match the 3D machining lines that go around their zirconium body. Got about the same etch depth between the layers of the Makume and these fine lines here on the side. My plates are super worn in. I've got a 4x2 aluminum hybrid setup with the foam dampeners, no rattle. The sides have been laser engraved that say fuck chromes. We got a peace sign, got shooting the bird, we got a leaf, and we've got some fungi. Things that mean things to me in my life. So this thing is, it's great. I use it a lot. I love how quiet it is. Magnet strength is good. The plates are buttery smooth. I love it. I'm not going to talk about it that much, to be honest, because I mean, I've had it again for a very long time, and it's great. I don't know what else I can really say about it. So this is my collection right now. That's it. I mean, I've got like a coin here from my buddy George that I carry. Oh, I keep in the case and I spin sometimes. I've got a top that I made. This is number 999. I think I've done a video on this, shown it in some videos. I've been keeping it in the case lately. I've got a trick shot top from my buddy Mark. This is made of Delrin and Spirograph. Really, really cool top. Spirograph is one of my favorite Damascus patterns. And this one was a bar end, so it's like all kinds of chaotic and twisted looking and crunched in some places. We got this little bit of chatter here on the bottom, and the knurling is just great. This is such a cool top. Love that I have this in my collection, and I have been keeping it in my case and using it more lately because it's just so awesome. I need to use tops more. Got another top here that is one I made, was it last week or week before last? I don't even know. I still need to etch it. I've been really behind on getting work stuff done. Life's been it's been a struggle. Health-wise, puppy-wise, time management-wise, all that kind of stuff. You know. Over here in the case still, I got my superconductor Wildman buttons that I'm still just not sure, you know, what it should go on. Like, I don't love them on like any of my current spinners. I ordered them originally for the edamame, but that was before I made these ultra thick crystallized buttons, and now I'm spoiled and I don't like how thin these buttons are on there. It just doesn't feel, it doesn't feel as good with the narrow pinch width on the edamame for me. Oh my gosh, all these little dog hairs all over me again. How did that happen? God, this blow and coat out season is rough. Still got the copper infused Vert over here. This is one I've been using a little less, I gotta say. And the magnets do just feel a little soft to me now. The plates still, they slide pretty good, but they also do have like a, you see that? I'm trying to hold it together and overcome the magnet so you can see the they just have like the slightest amount of stick. No matter what, it has nothing to do with being clean or dirty. I think it's just the material, the pattern, the flatness. So like it kind of makes the magnets feel stronger than they are because there's just like this slight amount of plate stick but I could also see how that could be a drawback to the feel, because sometimes I'm like, I didn't like how that was. I wish it was a little more buttery. So I mean, it's good, but I definitely have gotten past the honeymoon phase and have learned it a little more. You can see the patina is starting to develop on the copper, and that's pretty cool. I haven't pulled it out a whole lot lately. And then this just only makes sense to pull out afterwards, right? I've still got the copper Boo Boo Boy here in my possession. I haven't had the time to go make shorts and show some videos of this thing. Sorry, I'm getting off camera. I'm not very good with this fidget, so I don't want to... There we go. I don't want to drop it on my other fidgets. I haven't learned the magnet spacing in my muscle memory fully yet. So sometimes I do kind of kick it off to the side. But this thing is a chunky, functional slider. Jason told me that they made some changes to the plates. I got to go back and read that. I'm a little hazy on... He said that... I read that like really early in the morning or something. I don't even remember. Exactly, I don't remember. So I need to go back and read and see what those changes were. But, I mean, it was based on feedback from people, so I could see... I don't know, surely it's better, you know? I would like to see what those updated changes are, because this is good. Good introduction to the all-metal market here. Patina's looking pretty wild after... I didn't touch it much yesterday. It's looking pretty cool. I've been told I make some pretty wicked patina on stuffs. So, yep. There's yeah, this is my collection. I just pulled those out because they're still here in my case. These are the Fidgets. I love all of these top row Fidgets a ton, and they get carried a ton. Even the second row gets carried a lot. Okay, how can I put this? Things that I carry always with me. At this point right now, it's the wrapped, one of the top Bs. I've been carrying a top C because it's so easy to sneak in there. And I always have the wrapped. One of these two are... Oh, that sounded bad. Okay, how can I do this here? Still in frame? We are. This right here, these top two rows are the ones that I carry exclusively. The other ones hardly ever make it out of the house. Sometimes the puffer crash does, but it's use case dependent. I don't just bring it everywhere with me. Don't ever bring the fuse anywhere because it's too special. I love it. I mean, sometimes it comes out in the backyard on a walk, but not very much. If I'm leaving the house, all these up here, these are the go-tos. So I'm actually we're gonna start loading back up over here. No, I do this every time. I gotta leave everything out and take a picture. I wanna load it back up and have closing thoughts, but I can't do that in the way that I like to do these formats. So with that, yep, that'll be it, I guess. If you would like to buy either of these, shoot me an email at dynamic_inertiatops@gmail.com. All together, no spacings or underscores or anything like that. Just dynamic_inertiatops@gmail.com. What would I say? Like, I think I said $525 for both of them shipped or something, right? Because it was $225 and $325. Yeah. Yeah. Don't want to do international shipping. That'll be it, guys. Thanks for watching. See ya.